So today, we're driving up into the country to Southport, Florida. It's about a 40-minute drive from Panama City Beach and about a 40 to 45-minute drive to Chipley, north of here, which is off of I-10. So the Lavender Farm is the first in Florida, and it's recognized by the Florida Department of Agriculture. I've heard a lot about it. I've just been wanting to come up here and check it out. It is a member of the Harvest Host RV network, which, if you're not familiar with Harvest Host, it's farms, breweries, museums that allow members to camp overnight. Most of it is without hookup. You can just stay for 24 hours at no fee, but then you are expected really to patronize their business, whatever they have for sale, or any tour that they may have, anything like that. So some of them do offer hookups at an extra charge. But like I say, we're not camping here today. We just want to come up here and check it out. I've heard that they have awesome lavender products, and I just love lavender. So we'll see what it's all about.
Apple trees down the center through there, and then from here all the way back it was just turkeys. Lots and lots of pens full of turkeys. So the idea was to be self-sustaining. Unfortunately, we hatched the turkeys, incubated them, hatched them, and then named them, and then we weren't able to eat them at all because we love them. So, so we ended up just having lots and lots of turkeys, and then Hurricane Michael hit us and just devastated us. So we lost everything out here. So everything you see is new, including the house. We had just planted that lavender in September of 2018. And it was the only thing that survived the hurricane.
Yeah.
Everything else was just smashed and devastated.
Did you have a lot of trees out here?
We had a few trees left. The only tree that we have left is this one tree. I'm not sure how it survived. But yeah, every other tree that we had left, oak trees or whatever, those were just completely just ripped out the whole thing out.
Right.
Fell over. And we couldn't figure out how to get it back in. So everything else is gone. So we finished. We had 2 peach trees left, and we finally cleared those about 4 months ago to make space for pull-through RV spots. Because they just stopped fruiting. Thank you.
Y'all done really well.
But Harvest Host called us about 8 months ago and said, "Hey, how'd you like people to spend the night in your yard? We're recruiters, and we happened to come across your property, and we think it'd be great." And I thought, well, who wants to sleep in my yard? Like, what do they set up tents, or how they're going to pull their car up, or
Right.
And they said, no, it's going to be they're RV travelers, and they're looking for a place to spend the night. And
I think it's great. We just joined, so we haven't been able to use it yet, but
well, you've got to go visit the Autoplex in Tallahassee.
okay.
It's on the way to Shands, on the way to Gainesville. No, is it Gainesville? It's on the way to Gainesville.
Right.
But that guy has the collection of the Batmobiles, and he has the original Batmobile that was in all the movies, and he's got a huge collection. Super nice guy.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, super cool. And then the other people, there's lots of Harvest Hosts in Florida, but not in our area. I think I'm the only one in our area right now. But there's the Dukes of Hazzards guy. I can't remember his name.
John Schneider?
John Schneider is a Harvest Host, and he has the original car there, and he just comes right on out. It's like,
where does
hey,
he
and
live?
Shakes hands. Oh, I can't remember where he lives.
I'll be looking that up.
I want to say it's Tennessee.
How
It's probably not
fun.
Tennessee, but anyways, he's really nice too, and he has a little shop where he sells all kinds of memorabilia and stuff. So, it kind of saved us from going out of business because COVID hit. We couldn't go to markets.
Right.
We're kind of out of the way, and
Right.
so we said, well, fine. So we let people spend the night, and then they told people, and then those people told people. So now we stay busy. I get usually anywhere from 5 to 10 a night. So.
Are you serious?
I can fit several small little contained vans like that right along here.
That is so awesome.
Sometimes people like to park in the wood line and wake up to the birds chirping. But yeah, we stay busy here. The lavender is not supposed to bloom till mid to late summer in the field, but there's several blooms that have already emerged that are nice big purple pieces, and you're welcome to go take pictures and walk around if you want to. And then when you're done, let your dog run around in the dog park and stretch his legs if you like.
Okay.
There's an automatic cold water feeding bowl over there, so there's plenty of fresh water for him to drink, so he can get a little drink.
Awesome.
And then when you're done, just come into the purple store there and
Okay.
look around if you like. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.
Very well.
Yeah. There ain't no chickens. There you go, Roxy. Check it out.
Brought it back.
Yes. Get you some shade in the gazebo. You like it, Roxy? Nice. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? You care if I video?
Oh, no, you're good. I'll be out the way.
Oh, no, you're fine. Oh, I smell it so strongly under here. Is it these plants?
It might be, I don't know. Can't really smell things sometimes. Get so used to it.
It's nice.
She's also found like her own slice of the pie,
Uh-huh.
so to speak, that's solely hers that she enjoys.
Right?
So, and that's the waxes and the candles. So like we make little wax bears. So
Uh-huh.
you know how Jelly Belly, like cherry's awesome by itself.
Right.
And this one's awesome by itself, but when you combine the two, it's like cherry vanilla, right? So we do the same thing with our wax bears.
Uh-huh.
So you can melt them independently, or you can combine them, and that's brand new. Like like I said, I'm really good at puzzles and combinations and locking
Right.
that. So I come up with that, and then she makes it.
So what is the, she called it like a still.
So it's actually a true traditional still. You could use it to make moonshine. I can't tell you how many times I wish I was making moonshine, especially when I'm sore or it's been a long day. But we use that solely to process the lavender, and that's how we take the plant from its raw form and extract the oils. Because really, if you were distilling water, this is how you distill water.
Right.
You put water over here, you fire it up, turns to steam, condenses back to liquid, and then, like I said, so you have distilled water. The only difference is that not only are we going to steam the water, but we're going to add lavender to it. That way, it collects the oil, collects the lavender water, so to speak, and then converts it back, and then we use that as the base for a lot of our
Okay.
products.
So do you put the plant actually in there, or
Yeah,
you have
so
to?
the plant goes, so you put 2 gallons of water here. There's a bunch of 1-inch copper pieces. So 2 gallons of water is 1 inch of water. Above that is a sieve tray with a bunch of holes. And then you put the lavender on top of that, right? And try to fill it up. Turn the heat up as high as it go, but not so high as to where you risk burning the plants. Because
Right.
whatever material that's in there, if you burn it, then you're gonna have barbecue smelling water, which is no good. As it comes to the boil, steam passes through the plants, collects the oil, travels up through here, that's called a gooseneck, and then in here you have what's called a worm coil. Now this right in itself though is a condenser. So we have this hooked up to the well. The well, you got to have the water, strong flow of water coming in, and it fills up. Once it reaches here, it just overflows. So what this is, it's constantly churning, cold water coming in, pushing the hot water up and out, because as the steam enters the water, it's going to heat it up. So it's very important that that cold water push that water out, because if this gets too hot, this isn't going to condense properly. So, you know, once it condenses, it leaks out the back, and then we use this right here. So basically the water comes in here, right? Oil is lighter than water, so the oil floats on top, so that water pushes the oil up here, and then the oil collects and then gets skimmed. So you get a lot of oil off the front end, and then eventually, you know, you start getting the water. Now we take it inside. We have to use what's called a separatory funnel, which is shaped like an upside down teardrop with a little valve on the bottom. We typically like to let it sit overnight. That way, you know, we allow an ample time for the oil to float on top, and then we separate it. So.
Very interesting.
To the U.S. until really about the time of the birth of the internet. See, prior to that, I mean, lavender by its original name, nard, named after the city of Nardus, was rumored to have been brought from the Garden of Eden by Adam and Eve, and said that it didn't actually inherit its scent until Mary took Jesus' clothes laying across the bush to dry. Prior to that, nobody really cared about lavender, because it was nard, spike nard. Through washing with it, bathing with it, is how the Romans came to know it as lavender. But if you were an explorer or an herbalist or a spice trader, you know, here's a unique opportunity. Because if we can find this plant, you know, with its holy properties, we could impress the emperor, or we can impress the king or the queen or the pharaoh or whatever leaders. And so they sought it out, and they didn't find it in England because it wasn't native to there. They didn't find it in France, they didn't find it in Spain, but they found it in the mountains of the Middle East and India on the 31st parallel, which at the time when we started, we didn't know is a straight line through our farm. The 31st parallel is a straight line. It's so new that a lot of people are still trying to figure it out. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I guess we've gotten to where we are so fast, is because I tend to think outside the box. It's something the military made me very, very good at. I'm also good at solving puzzles, but I'm also a perfectionist. You know, I take pride in what I do. I want people to not like my product. I want people to love my product. The hardest part is getting people to actually try it. It's like, look, you know, I'm telling you, like, I'm excited. Like, I want to blow your mind. Right? Plus, it cuts down on pests like fleas, different things like that.
They have a nice little area here.
And a lot of people ask me, like, what's this? So that allows the grass to grow without them taking it off. Like that.
Keeps their little pecking out of it for a while. Oh. Oh, there's a pig under there.
Yeah, so she thinks she's a dog. Keep working on our little dog park area. We're going to add a couple of cottages to the back. Hopefully one day have a barn. Just improve this.